All right, good morning, everyone. So here we are, episode number 37 of our NeoFly career. We're on day number 36, and we're going to be heading over to North Kingstown, Rhode Island. Where are we departing from? I think Albany. Yeah, so we're headed out from Albany, New York, and we're going to be going to Rhode Island. So we got everything pretty much all set here. So we are going to get this show on the road. We got our flight plan loaded. We're in the TBM 930 still.
Hello, Captain. Nice to see you again.
Go ahead and check our volume here.
Captain, we have royalty on board today. The security team have carried out the necessary security checks, and we are now ready. Roll out the red carpet. VIPs are on the way.
Alright, so we got a VIP mission. I didn't even know that.
Albany Tower Docker Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha ready for east departure at runway 10.
Transporter, boarding is complete. You can start your flight. Everything looks good from where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
It's broken clouds. I don't know, let's try that. Something different. Alright, so we got clear for takeoff here. We're going to go ahead and get our plane ready here for our departure. We're going to turn off our access lighting. Alright, we're good to go there. Let's go ahead and check our navigation system here real quick. You know, just our heading for safety. We probably won't use that though. And our cruise altitude speed is set for 3,500. Alright, so we got our pitot heat is on. Everything looks good. Let's go ahead and adjust our flaps for takeoff. And we are ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are departing from Albany, New York. Once we get positive climb, we're going to exit the cockpit and spin around and get a good view of Albany here. We're gonna release our parking brake. We're gonna throw our throttle up to about 94%. Like kissing the windshield. Let's zoom back just a little bit.
Have a great flight. Watch out for the champagne corks. These particular VIPs have a reputation.
Alright, so we got positive climb.
Delta Golf Sierra Alpha, continue for east departure. Delta Golf Sierra Alpha, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Albany Tower Dollar Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha frequency change. Albany approach Dollar Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is type Docker TBM 93 miles east of Albany 2,500 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Alright, so apparently this is what broken clouds are. So we're actually going to go ahead and increase our elevation here. Oh, nice. We're coming out of the clouds. Ah, that was pretty neat. Alright, maybe we don't have to... Well, we can. Let's go ahead and increase our elevation up to about 9,000 feet. And see what that takes us. Alright, I think I do kind of like the broken clouds.
Delta Golf Sierra Alpha, you are leaving my airspace radar service. Terminated squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
Alright, we're approaching 5,200 feet.
Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved. Delta Golf Sierra Alpha. Albany approach Delta Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha is type Delta TVM 95 miles southeast of Pike Bravo 75,500 feet. Request flight following.
Delta Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha Albany approach. Squawk 2015.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and reduce the volume here a little bit on our comm.
Squawk 2015 Delta Golf Sierra Alpha.
Delta Golf Sierra Alpha radar contact 7 miles east of November Yankee 826,100 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
Roger, Delta Golf Sierra Alpha.
Alright, I think I like the broken clouds. I'm not sure about you guys, but alright, time for a little quick update here. What do we have going on? So, episode 36 here, day number, or 37, day number 36. We departed from Albany International Airport over in Albany, New York, and we are headed over to Quonset State Airport in North Kingstown, Rhode Island. And yeah, so if you have been following our NeoFly career, we started in Florida, hit the southern states of the United States, headed out west over to Arizona, New Mexico area, and then we went up California and we hung out in the northwest area there for a little while for the states of Oregon, Washington, Montana, and we even touched into Canada and went to British Columbia. And then we started making our way to Wisconsin and hit the northern states, and now here we are over in the northeast. So it's been super fun. I've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. For our NeoFly career adventure here, we still have our 3 pilots here. We got Hurricane, Snoopy, and Gucci. And Gucci is actually the co-pilot for Snoopy. She is sitting in the Cessna CJ4 Citation, and Hurricane is in the PC6. And they also have flight attendants. So Hurricane has Amina and Snoop has Cleo. So that's them. We are sitting at 100% reputation still, and we're going to try to keep it that way. So now in our VIP passenger mission here, we got 4 passengers. We're going to go ahead and start serving them some drinks since we leveled off in flight. Or not leveled off yet, because I think we're still climbing. We're close. We're at 8,600, approaching 87 with a target altitude of 9,000. And yeah, so we're sitting here at 4.9 million in cash. Our total net worth is a whopping 9.2 million, and we currently sit on 3.5 million in fixed assets. That includes our Skyhawk, Cessna 172 Skyhawk. I'll show that to you. So if we go back to the hangar here, so we also have the Cessna 172 Skyhawk that we own. We purchased the TBM 930 that we're currently flying in after renting it for a little bit, so we now own this plane, and then we're renting out the CJ4 and the PC6 for these 2 pilots. So we're getting there. We own we own a little bit of material. We did not do a cheat or anything, or if you want to call it a cheat, but we didn't do an adjustment to our NeoFly cash amount. Let's just put it that way. Let's go ahead and check our flight plan here. We got 87 nautical miles to go to the top of our descent, which we should get there in no time. We're sitting here at a cruise speed of 221. And let's go ahead and take a look at the exterior view here as we leveled off at 9,000 feet. Got Blueberry Hill over there, almost about 3.5 miles away. Got a nice sunrise. I'm actually going to go ahead and take a little snippet of that for our next thumbnail. Start thinking ahead here. Alright, so we got one guy off in the distance. Alright, we're getting contacted by ATC.
Going to 125.35 Delta Golf Sierra Alpha. Bradley approach Delta Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha 9,100 feet.
Delta Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Bradley approach altimeter 29er decimal 9er 2 radar contact to continue.
Alright, we're going to increase our elevation to an even 10,000 feet. Seems like we're above the clouds, but not. All right, so we'll go back into the cockpit. I'll finish our update here. So, yeah, 3.5 million in assets. Aside from our NeoFly career mode videos that we've been doing, we've also been doing some tour adventures that we've created, and multiple legs. And so we did we started with the in-game Yosemite one, and then we created which was 25 legs, I believe. And then we did a 10-leg Japan trip at the request of our friend up in Belgium. And then we did a quick little 2-leg trip over at the Florida Keys, and we did all these in the the Cessna 172 Skyhawk, with the exception of that Yosemite one. I think that was the Cessna 152. And then we are currently doing our Hawaiian tour. So we started at the most western island, and we are making our way to the Big Island. So we did 4 legs, 4 out of 8. So we're at the midway point, and we're using Bushtalk radio as our guide to find out some interesting facts about the island. And we are currently in the northern part of Maui. So basically, like, we're close to like the North Shore of Maui. So we're going to be doing the 5th leg a little later this morning after we complete this one. So I hope you enjoy those as well. And then we're also going to give some updates on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 that we are counting down. So big update there. If you missed it, we actually did pre-order our package, and we're excited about that. I'm going to be away for a little bit after the purchase, but I'm going to try to do some flying in 2024 before we go, and see what that is all about. So I'm super excited about it. From the response from the videos that I've gotten, you guys seem to be super excited about it. And yeah, so we are ready to go here. I love looking out the window here. So nice broken clouds coming up to Westover Metropolitan Air Force Base. So this is the TBM 930. If you haven't seen it, seats 4. They're facing each other, so they get to talk. On this mission, we are doing a VIP mission in NeoFly, and we are carrying all 4 passengers. So we got a full load today. Alright, let's go ahead and check our navigation here. We have 57 nautical miles to go. So we are at the midway point here. Our runway, let's do a little search for, here's the navigation system that I'm using. This is Nav Maps. We're going to turn off our tracking. We're going to check out the airport here. So over in Kingstown, Rhode Island, this is the runway. This is the airport that we're landing at. So we got general aviation parking here. When I set this plan, I thought it'd be neat to come over the water here. And that is, let's see if we can find out the name of it. There's North Kingston Town Beach. Let's see the name of the water. It's got to be there. I don't know. Nonetheless, we're going to be flying. Oh, here we go. This is, yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. But we got this bay area here. And I set our waypoint to Bruce, so hopefully we get that. And we're going to land on runway number 34, which is 7,991 feet in length. It's an asphalt runway. Plenty of room there. Don't see any issue with hitting taxiway B right here, and then we'll make a left and get a little tour of the airport here. So I'm getting in the habit of departing from the runway, and then when we hit our destination, we'll taxi over to a parking area so that we can get a good look at the airport, and that's how we can see the different airports that are in the game. So I've been enjoying that. Hopefully you guys have as well. And looking at our YouTube stats. Speaking of you guys,
Delta Golf Sierra Alpha, contact approach on 119.0. Good day.
all right, we'll do this ATC handoff real quick.
119.0 Delta Golf Sierra Alpha. Goodbye. Approach Delta Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha 10,000 feet.
Delta Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha, approach altimeter 29.9 radar contact continue.
All right, we got ATC taken care of. Our barometric pressure is still good at 29.92. We're coming up to Westford airstrip there. But yeah, let's see. Speaking of you guys, I mean, the response that I've got in the videos has been amazing. Can't thank you enough there. And the views and the subs have been phenomenal. Since taking over and switching to all Microsoft Flight Simulator games, we have increased our channel subs by 26 or 23%, and our views have been skyrocketing. So appreciate it there on all fronts. And we're going to, since we are at 10,000 feet and our elevation runway is 12 feet, we got a little bit of ways to descend. So we're going to go ahead and start our descent here. If we look at our flight plan, this is what I'm looking at. So KOQU sits at 12 feet above sea level. We departed from KALB over in Albany. That runway sits at 29%, or 279 feet above sea level. We got to talk to ATC before they yell at us. Oh, so close. We do copy.
7.8 Delta Golf Sierra Alpha. Goodbye.
Alright, so we'll tune our approach to 127.80.
Approach Delta Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha 10,000 feet.
Delta Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha, approach altimeter 29.92 radar contact continue to route.
Alright, so we got continue to Bruce. So we are headed that way. They are paying attention to our flight plan, because like I said over there, we set our waypoint to Bruce. And we're going to be making a left turn approach over to runway number 31. Man, a lot of ATC activity. I got to start descending.
3.675 Delta Golf Sierra Alpha. Providence approach Delta Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha 10,000 feet.
Delta Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Providence, approach altimeter 29.92 radar contact, continue to Bruce.
Alright, so we're going to reduce our speed here so that we can start our descent. We're going to drop down to about 3,500 feet. We did 3,300. So we're going to be heading through these broken clouds And we are also going to check on NeoFly here and check on our passengers real quick. That is this. They're at 97%. They look like they want some more drinks, so we will serve them some more drinks. So Camille has started that. We'll hear the ding when they are done. So I figure we do an exterior view here of our descent. Alright, seems like we picked a good spot for it. We're hitting 4,800 feet. Go ahead and see what that is off in the distance there. Danielson Airport. Alright, we are leveling out now at 3,300 feet. And we're in the clouds, so we didn't break the cloud ceiling. Let's see if we can go ahead and do that. We'll find out where it is. We got a target altitude of 2,800 feet. Oh, we're going the wrong way. My bad. Now we're going. Alright, I think we can actually go a little lower. The ground level is pretty low. Looks like the ground level sits under 1,000 feet. Let's go ahead and do 1,900. We'll get a little close ground view. For most of this flight so far has been up and above the clouds, so let's go ahead and switch it up. Alright, we are now 30 miles from our destination. So we are getting there. We're getting close to Kingstown, Rhode Island. So we still haven't broken the cloud ceiling here at 1,900 feet. Doesn't look like we got any precipitation though. Let's go ahead and check our radar. So we got weather. Looks like we're kind of good for rain wise. traffic looks good. Alright, so let's go ahead and reduce our elevation. Oh, nice. We got a nice lake coming up. Little crystal sparkle of the sun. Alright, 23 nautical miles to go. That is Camille finishing her drink distribution, so all our passengers should be happy over here in our NeoFly career VIP mission trip. Alright, so we got a lot of clouds over here in Rhode Island. And we're currently crossing over Interstate 95. That's what that road is. And if, for those that don't know, 95 actually runs up and down the entire eastern part of the United States, all the way from Florida up to here. Alright, so with that, we're at the top of our descent now, and we got 16 miles to go. So we're going to start getting ready here. We're at a cruise speed of 177. It's not too bad. So we are going to So we're going to reduce our speed here. We're going to try to get to that white arc, which is 122 knots in the TBM 930. We're going to reduce our elevation here to 1,000 feet. And right before we hit the white arc, we'll actually go ahead and deploy our landing gear and apply 10% or 10 degrees of flaps once we hit the 1,000 feet. And we'll tune to the tower.
Quonset Tower, Donner Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is 5 miles southwest, 1,300 feet with Oscar to land.
Donner Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Quonset Tower. Altimeter 29.9er 21284 at 12. Fly left downwind runway tree 4. Donner Golf Sierra Alpha wind 284 at 12. Clear to land runway tree 4.
Clear to land runway tree 4, Donner Golf Sierra Alpha.
Alright, so basically what they're saying there is we got to, our landing pattern is going to be a left downwind to runway number 34, and he's telling us that the wind is coming out from 284 degrees at 12 knots, and that pretty much sets at what our navigation system here says. We currently have 14 knots, but the wind's a little higher when you go up in elevation. So as you go down lower in elevation, the wind usually dies down a little bit, but this one not so much. It's still holding pretty steady down there. So nice view of the bridge. That is 138. That's the Jamestown Verrazano Bridge. So nice view of that there. We are approaching Bruce. That is our left-hand turn here as we get ready. So we are at 1,000 feet. We're going to reduce our throttle a little more so that we can get into that white arc. And at the same time, we're going to deploy our landing gear, hit 10 degrees of flaps, and we'll increase our throttle a touch to adjust for the extra drag there. And our flight pattern is less than 2 miles. We're going to be making a left-hand turn lining up to the runway. So we don't have 100% visibility on this one, but we will leave it at be at these broken clouds. So hope everybody enjoyed their flight, and once we land we'll get a decent look at the airport and taxi to our parking space that will get us. Well, yeah, we'll see if we get assigned one or not. We'll contact ground and talk to them. Alright, we got the runway in sight. We're just going to fly over this island. Alright, got a nice wide runway. We are all set, ladies and gentlemen. The most fun part of the trip. Gonna go ahead and turn off our autopilot and take full control. And let's get these 4 VIP passengers safe on the ground. Over at the Quonset State Airport here in Rhode Island. Got a nice tower there. So wind is coming into our face a little bit of a cross breeze. Going to hold steady there. Speed check is good. We're a little slow. Gotta remember we got plenty of runway to work with, but looks like we're not gonna need it. Runway number 34 here in Rhode Island.
That was a harder landing than we like to see, pilot.
that's our reverse thrust there that we heard, if you heard that. And we're going to go ahead and pull off here.
Dollar Golf Sierra Alpha, turn next taxiway. Dollar Golf Sierra Alpha, contact ground on 13 or decimal 5.
Stop off at the threshold, and we will contact ground for our handoff.
For decimal 5, Dollar Golf Sierra Alpha. Goodbye.
And we're going to request taxi to parking.
Ground Dollar Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha, request taxi to parking.
Dollar Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha taxi to General Aviation parking via taxiway Bravo Charlie.
Alright, we got taxiway Bravo Charlie to
Taxi
General Aviation.
parking using taxiway Bravo Charlie Dollar Golf Sierra Alpha.
Alright, so basically what that means here, looking at the airport here, so we're going to take taxiway Bravo, and then we're going to be making a right-hand turn, and we're going to be going to taxiway Charlie, and we'll find the parking spot here as we get a good view of the airport. So we'll go ahead and release our parking brake. Go into taxi mode here. Get a little bit of a push. Let's go ahead and get rid of that so we can actually see the airport. Alright, and we're going to spin around here. They got a pretty decent taxiway system here. And we'll get a full look at the airport as we run down. We got this little section over here. Got some small little Cessna. I think that's a 172. Skim through this one and take a look at these planes. We're not actually on the taxiway here, so we got some big guys here. And some small ones. So we're gonna make our way to taxiway Charlie. Oh, it is this way. I'm getting lost. You'll have to excuse me, I only had a little cup of coffee this morning. So we're getting a little view of the parking lot. We'll get back on track here. So this is actually, no, this is actually Charlie. So all the parking is over here. And we're gonna look to see if we got anybody giving us some direction. So nice view of the tower. We're gonna get an up close view of the terminal here. So we will spin around. This is the end of the parking areas. Oh, and I see our guy. So we'll go ahead and park over here. Man, it's a tight parking area. So we're gonna spin around. Hopefully we don't hit him. Boom, done. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get our money from our NeoFly career for this mission.
Transporter, you can open the doors and begin the disembarkation. Transporter, all the passengers have disembarked. Good job. See you soon.
Alright, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have completed
You
our
can start your engine now.
we've completed our NeoFly career mission. I'm gonna take a short break and get a cup of coffee, and then I'm gonna come back and do the fifth leg of our tour adventure over in Hawaii in the Cessna 172. So stay tuned for that. Just gonna take a quick little coffee refill break, and we will see you then.